Yes, people, welcome back to another episode of Real Ball Talk. Hope everyone is blessed and well and has had a good week. The man that will be joining shortly, Jeff, will be on the sec. Rash and Jalil are unable to make it today, but it's no biggie. They'll be back on Monday when we do our Prem review show. So big up everyone who tunes in. Make sure first thing first, people, you know what to do. Always smash the like button and subscribe to RBT if you're new. And like I said, man, I hope everyone's had a really good week and as well and healthy and all of that. Big up Jenny B, already in the building, giving us a wave. Big up Jenny, hope you're good. Always in the chat. Big you up. Like I said, hope you're well too. So yeah, people, today's just going to be really just a quick show. Obviously, we didn't get a chance to speak about the transfer window and how it ended the other day. Obviously, the big news. There were a few big transfers on paper at the end of by transfer deadline day. Obviously, the main one is Enzo Fernandez to Chelsea for I think £105 million, which is a new British transfer record. We had Jorginho making the move from Chelsea to Arsenal. Not the first time that that's happened. For I think around £12 million. He signed a contract until 2024, I believe. So just around a year and a half, 18-month contract. Sabitzer signed for Man United. Obviously, Eriksen is out, I think, until April at the earliest. So United needed a replacement in the midfield, and they got Sabitzer from Bayern Munich on loan until the end of the season. And then I don't think this was deadline day. I think this might have been a couple of days beforehand. But obviously, Cancelo making a shock move from Man City to Bayern Munich. And just add Jeff. Yo, what are you saying, Jeff?
What's good, bro? Everything good?
All good, bro. Can't complain. What are you saying?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Football's back today, man.
Yeah, football's back. Hopefully Mudryk plays in. Do you reckon Enzo will play today?
He might start on the bench, I think. I think Mudryk will probably start. Because Sterling's still injured. Pulisic is injured. They got a lot of injuries.
What about that Madueke, brother? Is he fit?
Madueke. I actually don't know.
Yeah, he might be. He might be another one. They might start him out Mudryk today still, which I wouldn't mind. It's always good to see new players, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Let's see. That Mudryk's first 30 minutes to the Premier League look good, man. Let's see if he can continue.
Did. No, 100%, man. But yeah, man, we were just touching on really the transfer window and how it ended. Obviously, I think Enzo Fernandez is a good place to start. £105 million broke the British transfer record. Bro, like, what did you make of that? Like, obviously, 105 million is crazy. Like we remember the expectations that were on Pogba when he was signed for 89 million. He was kind of to do everything midfielder. Now, I hope the same expectations don't get put on Enzo's shoulders because I think that would be unfair. But yeah, what did you make of 105 million for Enzo Fernandez? We really all we saw is like what, 4 or 5 World Cup games?
Pretty much, but yeah, you brought the Pogba one. I think now more than ever, you just pay for potential, innit? That's why even when we said the Grealish one, that's English player to English club to English club. He's an English player. So that the 100 mil is just like, it's almost warranted at this point. Like Declan Rice is being quoted at 100 mil. And he's a good player, don't get me wrong, but is he worth 100 mil in real life? Probably not. But and Enzo Fernandez joined Benfica in the summer.
Literally, yeah.
So for 15 mil, and I believe so. In 105 mil is just literally just potential because it can't be what we saw. Like, it was great, don't get me wrong, but 6-7 World Cup games don't equate to £90 million profit. They just don't. So it just means, and nowadays more than ever, you pay whatever you need to get the player you want. Like Chelsea, we've seen what they did, and we offered a similar amount to Shakhtar. Yeah, and they just said, listen, we got this in quicker installments than what they got, and we'll double your wage. Let's go. Like, so that it's a bit mad, man. Even when you look at both of those together, I don't think we've ever seen a transfer window with £200 million signings from any club, let alone one club.
Because Mudryk was what, 90, innit?
Yeah, pretty much. But
100 million euros, innit?
Yeah,
90
yeah.
million pounds, yeah. So yeah, 200 million on 2 players.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. We don't even know what the add-ons are, because sometimes they say it's a price and it's more. It could be so. It could be in excess of £200 million in a January transfer window. That's unprecedented as far as I know.
On 2 players, that is like, it's not like they signed like Mbappe like 3 years ago or something like that. Where you're like, okay, 100 million, yeah, it's a lot, but I hear it, I understand it, I'd paid it. These are 2 players that like, we liked Mudryk, I like what he did in the debut against Liverpool, but bro, 90 M's and then 105 M's for Enzo Fernandez, bro. Like, at some point, the market, like, I feel like the market has just. When is it gonna reach like a ceiling when it can't get any worse? Because, bro, like, where are we going
now? Let's just see what happens to a few. Like, we see what happened to Barca when they made these kind of signings. One pandemic kind of crippled them. It's still crippling them all now. So. Let's just see if it happens to a few more clubs. The English clubs, I don't know, man. They just seem to make too much money.
Is it the English Super League, bro?
Never thought about that. No way you could say that.
Think about the racks, bro.
In a way you could say it's just juggernauts, man. Like, when you look at Man City, it's like it's multi-billion pounds from not just one person. It's a conglomerate of people. Newcastle, it's even more money. Man United are the highest grossing football club, and that's without any recent success of any note. Chelsea have had this approach for 20 years. Like, it looks worse because right now it's just blatant. Like, we're waiting for you to bid for players and we're pinching.
Yeah, literally.
Did you see they just bid, or they're looking at the 15-year-old and Waneri?
Yeah.
They're trying to see. Yeah, they're about to try and pinch him.
Bro, wait.
It's them in City looking at him.
Yo, like, nah, man, come on, man. Seriously, what are you doing?
They're not playing any games, bro. Like, they already pinched Amari Hutchinson. Like, it's like what they've done has been documented and has been success. Like, they've won 5 or 6 leagues.
5 leagues, yeah.
5 leagues in 20 years, numerous cups. Like, that way of business has worked for them, even if in recent years it hasn't worked too well, apart from the Champions League and whatnot. But yeah, like, a lot of the power clubs are in England. Like, PSG over to and City is kind of connected, like the same kind of family and whatnot.
Yeah.
Real Madrid are backed by a country. It's pretty hard to get them out of here. But even like teams like Bayern don't have as much money as they probably did prior. They can still buy, but before you might see like more frequent large purchases from Bayern. It's not as much anymore. Like, they might make the Mane was relatively cheap for like
30 million, bro.
Yeah, so that's not even really a big signing.
Not
like
a big name. It's not on paper in terms of finances. They didn't spend that much on him.
Yeah, even Sane, that was 3 years ago. That was probably 40 mil.
Sane, really?
No, like it's not that. I'm trying to think of what their last big purchase was. I can't think. How much was De Ligt? Because that was recent.
70 M's? He might be the most.
He was 70 mil to Juve. He surely didn't get the same price selling.
Juve got the same money back, you know.
Really?
I think that's why they got rid, because they were like, "Yo, we got the same price. This guy is
insane.
Insane.
But yeah, you might have a point with that. I never actually thought about it, but yeah, a lot of the power players are in England now for sure. Like it's a lot of money going on. Like the market, I don't know if it'll level out. You'd think it would have leveled out by now, but instead it seems like it's going up. Like a lot of the signings, like the Mudryk one, Anthony, people have things to say about 85 mil for Anthony. I don't know if it's because of his performances now or if people genuinely had a problem with the price. I'm not too sure. But all in all, like these prices are heavy prices.
They're
Like,
heavy
it's a lot of
prices.
money.
And you know what it is, bro? Like for me, I'm one where like I feel like especially players should be allowed to earn as much money as possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
So regardless of whether we disagree or agree or disagree, if someone wants to pay a player, I don't care what it is, 5 million a week, as stupid as it sounds, that's the prerogative of that club. And if that money's there, cool.
Yep.
But I'm starting to get more and more to the point, bro, where I genuinely am starting to think there needs to be a salary cap for teams. Because bro, it's getting out of hand now. Like, you know what I'm saying? All teams, you know, like you were talking about FFP.
Yeah.
FFP don't really do nothing in it. But what
Nah.
NBA and NFL do, they do luxury taxes. So if you spend over a certain amount a year and don't recuperate a certain amount back, that ever extra you spend, there's a luxury tax applied on it of like 100, 200%, which then makes you think twice. Because if you spend 50 million over, you're now spending 100 million over and things like that. So
Okay.
then that might make clubs think like, yo, because Chelsea, bro, they've spent 600 million in the summer and January.
Yeah. I can I could probably see it. It could probably happen, like some kind of extra sanction because FFP is useless. Even the times it's been like enforced. What PSG got charged 50 mil peanuts. They didn't care about that. Chelsea got charged 50 mil peanuts. They didn't care about that. Barca got banned for 2 windows or 3 windows. It got reduced
What?
because 1 or 2. It was basically one, I believe,
It was basically one, yeah.
because it was. I think they had it at the start of the season. They couldn't buy in January or something, and then they could buy
Yeah.
at the end of the season.
Yeah. So
So
really, like, if you're happy with your window in the summer, you don't really care about Jan too tough. So
yeah, but
you know,
then trying to like, even all these sanctions are only really going to affect a certain cap of team. Like if you're the bigger teams, the rules really don't apply to you. Like it's been proven in football.
exactly,
Like
bro.
your money talks, man. Like especially the way the game is now. Like when you let the Newcastle owner in the door now, you can't make any more noise because you blocked him for however long and then let him in. So it's
And
like,
you know the scary thing, bro, is them man ain't even started flexing yet, bro. They're
nah,
chilling
they're being conservative. Like
for
they're
conservative
really
for now.
they what 60 mil on Isak, then 45 mil on Anthony Gordon. When they want, if they get Champions League, you're gonna see a madness.
Bro, I reckon they're getting champs, you know.
And they're equipped to get that. They
And
are.
if they do, trouble, bro.
I think even up until this point, Isak has been injured for the best part of 3-4 months of the season. Said maximum probably about the same. That and he's kind of like I don't know
He's
if
gonna be
Eddie
bench, you know. He's been low
Eddie
key bench. He's
yeah
been
Eddie Howe I don't know if he likes him all the way, but even so, that's 2 of their best players, and they're not even playing yet, and they've lost 1 game.
all
So
season.
yeah, they lost the same
Carabao
amount of games
Cup
we
final
have.
as well.
And you're in a cup final. So and this think last when did it be like end of 2021, start of 2022, we thought they will go down.
Yep. Before they
A
got Eddie
year
Howe. Yep.
a year on, they look like real top 4 contenders, and they haven't even spent money yet. You
Maybe.
bought Trippier in. Trippier's man. Yeah, he just looks like a much the Trippier I remember at Tottenham, like is not the Trippier I'm looking at now. Like he went to Atletico Madrid and got way better.
Real talk. Nah, he actually like especially from a defensive perspective, you
Solid.
can see that Simeone drilled that shit into him, bro.
Yep.
Like, you can see Simeone drilled that into him. But yeah, like Newcastle get top 4. It's long for teams next season because they will start flexing. They will start taking some of your players.
100%. And this will be Newcastle is a footballing city. Like
it's a lively city too. It's a footballing lively city, bro. It's plenty to do up in Newcastle, bro.
They even done up the stadium yet. And 20 years ago, it was 60,000 seat stadium. Like, and Sunderland are in like League One or something, and they are 45,000 seats. Like Tyneside in general is a big like market. They haven't even flexed their muscles yet. When they do, it's gonna get long for everyone.
Yeah, I can see Newcastle. Give them 5-10 years max.
Yeah,
they'll be challenging every year for sure, man.
I can see it.
Big up Jalou in the building. Hope you're good, brother. Saying way too much money in football. We might see the market like this for a few years. Maybe in the Prem, yeah, I agree with you. I think in the Prem, this is not over yet. I just think maybe we're yet to see that transfer that where people are just like, nah, this needs to stop.
Yeah, it can only really be 1 or 2 players that can really do that as well.
Yep.
At this stage, it's Mbappe, Haaland. Someone like Saka is just going to be around the normal amount, the 120s, 140s if he goes.
Imagine. You said that's normal, bro. Imagine.
Yeah, but even him, like he's probably earned his price tag in this day and age. Like his 2-3 years of good, consistent performance is still obscene amount of money, but the way you purchase now, it just doesn't sound that crazy. 100.
It doesn't.
Yeah. But Mbappe is the one. Like that could be a $500 million transfer.
Yeah, but that's when we gotta stop. You know what I'm saying? Like Ed saying, big up Ed saying Newcastle's gonna be mad, 100%. You know the thing, Jeff, right? We keep saying like there's gonna be a point where it ends. And I still remember vividly to this day. I don't know if you do. I remember, I think it was 2009 when Man City were first the takeover first happened.
Yeah.
When they tried to bid for Kaka when he was at AC Milan, when they were like one of the best teams in Europe, and they offered him 500k a week salary, when at that time the highest was like 200k anywhere across Europe. And I still remember this day thinking, Jesus Christ, 500 bags. And Kaka actually turned him down and said, nah, man, I'm staying at Milan. So fair play to Kaka, innit? Yeah. But I remember thinking at that time, 500k, like, that can never become the norm. And you look at that now, bro. Bro,
that's a normal day.
Neymar, Ronaldo, like, Salah's over from 450 bags. Like, bro, like, it's not a surprise anymore. Like, we don't even look twice if someone's offered 500 bags.
Even when you just think of like the transfer fee and like how it's gone up, like Figo, when did Figo move from Barca to Real Madrid? 01.
I want to say 2000, the year before Zidane went there.
Oh yeah, so it's 2000. So that's 37 mil. Zidane was at 47 mil. Then Kaka,
you know.
Yeah, but that was mad money. Then it was Kaka. Kaka was probably like 60 mil or something like that.
60 something, like, yeah.
Then 09, Ronaldo, 80 mil. Then I can't even remember what the 100 mil transfer was, but I'll go to Mbappe. Mbappe, think probably 6-7 months in from Monaco to PSG. That was just as insane.
That's
165 million. Like he looked like a world beater, but it wasn't a lot of football. He didn't think that season he was fighting with Falcao to play. Like Falcao was killing it at first. Then Mbappe, started smoking shit. So
and they were both playing by the end, didn't it?
Yeah. So
they were ripping. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that team was great. That Monaco team was hard still.
It's crazy. But then, if you look at that, Mbappe, 165 mil. Was it the same window or was it the window after? Same window. So Mbappe was a loan to buy. So that's how they got around it. Then Neymar, you use him as an ambassador for the World Cup and pay him 220. So if there's those kind of loopholes, and think of that, the transfer market has gone from 47 mil to 220 mil in 20 years. So we're nowhere near the end. Because
what are you saying, boy? Are you telling me someone might get pulled for 400 M's? Are you telling me that?
I used to ask my friends, as how long before we see a £1 billion player?
Nah. Come on. You reckon that's come on.
It's possible.
You know what? I might have to put that out on the TikTok. Will we ever see a £1 billion football player?
And my answer is yes, we will. If we're already like in, all right, let's just look. Let's not look at the full 20 years. Let's just look at Ronaldo. Yeah, Ronaldo was 09, 80 mil. 9 years later, it was 220 mil. So, and then Mbappe apparently got a £300 million signing bonus to stay.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is going to happen when he leaves? Because if he decides to leave in 2 years, say the Neymar Messi era just doesn't work out, then they really don't get what they want. He has a year to try by himself and GM the team and do whatever he does, pick the players. It still doesn't work. Oh, someone will spend 500-600 million on it. And then when that happens, then you're going to open the door for more people to go for that kind of money. So give it. All right, let's make it. I'll say it will definitely be in our lifetime. Let's say by 2035, we'll be close to £1 billion player. I'm going to say that.
I'm going to say this. I'm not going to go as far as you. I'm going to say that by 2030, we will have reached around £500 million for one player. So $500 million. Still mad.
Yeah.
It's still mad. And obviously that leaves a 5-year gap between what I'm saying and what you're saying. For there to be that, you know what I mean? Leaves that gap.
It's mad because like £1 million a week is not unfathomable anymore. Like Messi got £1 million. That's part of the reason Barcelona are so broke.
Yep.
They're paying that. Then obviously pandemic, and you made several bad transfers, but £1 million a week is a hell of an expense for one player.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
It's mad. And Rash, big up Rash in the building. Hope you're good, my brother. Saying your man them is Chelsea messing on the market. Yeah, bro, they're definitely one of the key ones, but I can't blame just them, you know. I can't blame just them. There's too many man ruining this.
Yeah.
Football's gonna become shit. Very possible.
I've been saying this for like since VAR came in, football has been shit. Like it's not. I don't enjoy it the way I did. Like there's no way. It's impossible to like it the way I did. There's too many. It's too much money in football to really enjoy it because VAR was just to protect club's interest. It's not really for the betterment of football. It still doesn't help football. There's still debates about it. It's just like it doesn't really help. Like the passion of the game. Like some of the greatest moments were from those kind of like refereeing errors. Like you don't get no hand of God if there's a VAR.
Yeah, and it's not that we're out here saying we want cheating to happen in football, but what we're saying, the VAR, as you can see, Jeff, it still makes hella mistakes. It's not really accurate like that. So when you look at football as a whole, you've got VAR now, you've got too much money in football, too much social media branding, focus, TikToks, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, you got the fact that it's more system-based, so players are less free to play. They're more robotic in a way. So you add all those factors together, and it's like, I was saying to some of my guys, it's almost unthinkable for me because of how much I love football. But if you told me in 5 to 10 years' time, I'm not even watching the game anymore, I wouldn't even be shocked.
Hey, I lessened my intake of football for sure. Like I still watch it, but I don't not in the same regard. I used to watch everything.
Yeah, same, bro.
I don't do that anymore. Like I just don't. But yeah, to Rash's point, I don't think it's just Chelsea. That Chelsea one of the first in this country to start the bully tactics. Then Man City took it and overloaded because a lot of those like Benjani's, Roque Santa Cruz, there's no way they earned £30 million price tags. They paid it. Yeah, like Man United was more isolated incidents, but you could say they contributed to. Like, did Ferdinand deserve to be bought for 30 mil at the time? It was great, but 30 mil smashed the centre back record at the time.
Yeah,
there's just a bunch of different things. Like Chelsea, don't get me wrong, they're heavy contributors, but they're not the only ones. Like, there's a lot.
Because at the end of the day, like it or not, if Chelsea hadn't bid for Mudryk, Arsenal would have gone for 85 million. And what we saying then?
with it's the same contribution. That's just the market. Like
Arsenal bid what in 2017? Arsenal bid what 92 million pounds for Thomas Lamar.
yep, and they just said no,
Who's done what since then?
not a damn thing.
Not a
And
damn thing.
that's from the guy who knew this was coming. This is Wenger knew this was coming all along. But at some point, you have to acclimate to it, innit? Because otherwise, you're just gonna people are gonna judge you. Like when he didn't spend money, he was getting it in the neck from fans. So it's just is what it is, man. Like people are just gonna spend money. Like someone like if you have 7 good months as a football player, now you're going to be worth a lot of money. Like you saw Caicedo, like he was dying to go because that's a once in a lifetime shot. Like I think I think I read somewhere he's on 3,500 a week. Yeah, he's got a family. He's got a family. 3,500 a week is great. Don't get me wrong, it can help his family a lot. But you're telling me if I get signed for 90 mil, the player gets some of the fee anyway, and then you're gonna times my fee by 20. I could be on 60, 70, 80 a week, and I can really change my family's life.
You know what? It's funny you mentioned the Caicedo one because I just think that's, again, the way he put out his statement, I just think is so reflective of like modern times. Because you just think about it, it's part of the statement. Didn't he say I'm like one of 10 brothers or something like that?
I don't even know.
He said something like I'm one of 10 brothers from back in Ecuador. So obviously, like you said, the difference this could make. And I'm just like, bro, like real talk. Like how many people can say those same stories?
We all can. But
like so many people can say that story. And whilst I agree with you, it will change his family's thing forever. Like, let's also put it into perspective. If you really wanted to stay, you could get a contract from Brighton tomorrow, 40,000, 50,000 a week. And whilst it's nowhere near the money you get at Arsenal, to be fair, you might get like 80 or 90 at Arsenal, but 40, 50K a week, bro, your family's sorted back in Ecuador.
But then, the fee we're going to be at, because the money goes, I'm sure it's like 10% of the fee goes to the player.
The transfer fee is what? So you make some instant racks, yeah.
Yeah, so that is yours straight away. So just now, like when we were growing up, football was still like a dream for kids. Like you weren't just doing it for money.
Yeah.
Now there's even more money in football now than there was 20 years ago. So like it's just gonna be like now it's as well as it being a dream, it's just a way out, man. Like it's the same way in like even something like a music, like before music was don't get me wrong, it was a passion.
There's always been money involved. There's always been money. It's always been a part of it. I'm saying that, but
it's just now listen, I could go from 10 grand to 200 grand in one season and be good for the rest of my life.
Literally.
Like, that quick. Oh, yeah, this is the statement. So he said, I'm the youngest of 10 siblings from a poor upbringing in Santo Domingo in Ecuador. My dream always to be the most decorated player in the history of Ecuador. So just that alone just says, like, all right, I've got a family to feed. Let me out, and I'll go do what I'm doing.
But Jeff, you know what I'm saying? The times are more receptive to it. Imagine when Adebayor left Arsenal to City, clearly for more money. He came out with a statement and said, I've got 5 brothers in Togo, and that's why I'm making this move. Bro, he would have got killed. He got killed anyway.
Oh, yeah, he got slaughtered for it. But, yeah, it's just sometimes when you're one of the first over the hill, you're going to get hit the hardest. But then you make it easier for everyone else coming behind you.
It's true. So, sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes if you need to be the one that takes the hit, you take the hit in it.
Yeah, man. Like, let's read some comments.
Bowley says the rebuild is complete and that the investment in players is over. We will see. Did he actually say that?
I don't know if he said that, but if he did,
complete still. I don't think so.
They got a lot more to do.
They got a lot more to do still. They need a keeper. They need probably another striker. Maybe a left back. Yeah, the rebuild's definitely not over still. But speaking of brands, obviously, it's probably good to touch on this for a bit. The Mason Greenwood stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got found. The charges got dropped.
Yep.
Uh,
She doesn't
charges
go to court.
charges got dropped. I think the reason was because she didn't want to. They needed more evidence. I don't want to misspeculate, but I think it was to do around they needed more evidence, and I think they needed her to be a witness, but she never wanted to be a witness in the first place. Um, so yeah, like obviously he's now, he's innocent technically, or he's a free man in that perspective for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if you were Man United, what would you do with this situation on Greenwood, given everything that we've seen online with the videos, with the pictures of the woman? Um, but obviously, technically, by law, he's a free man. So, well,
Mm-hmm.
how would you handle it if you were United? What would you do?
Well, first of all, they never terminated his contract, so he's gonna play. Like, give it to the end of the season. He'll probably have a home game. He'll either come on for 20 minutes because he's probably still fit. Of course, he's nowhere near match fit. It's been like a
Yeah,
year, and he's probably not even been. Who knows how hard he's been training because your whole freedom was on the line.
yeah,
So, but you've got 2-3 months to get in shape. You're young anyway, so it's not going to take him too long. By 3 months, you'll hear about him smashing up under 23 soon enough
yeah,
because they just do that. They said they're going to conduct an internal investigation. I don't see how he's not going to be allowed to stay because why would you keep him all of this time? Obviously, you kind of had to, like, I guess you couldn't get rid of him because you kind of open yourself up to like lawsuits and whatnot. But
yeah,
this was like the Man United golden child. If this was someone else beforehand, they probably would have risk taken like the possible lawsuit because we don't care. Like, listen, like morals only apply to certain things. It don't apply to everything. So, like,
facts.
Greenwood is gonna play for Man United, and in the eyes of the law, he's not guilty. They never went to court. He was never convicted. The voice note was very, very disturbing. We can say that, and of course, like out of like, I don't even know if there's context that helps that. Just the voice note is just like it's nuts.
The voice
But
was crazy, yeah.
but who knows? We don't know if him and the girlfriend even broke up. It could probably be passed off as something else if she says that. And in terms of like the violence and whatnot, the pictures, when you look at it isolated and you remove the voice note from it, then you don't know. You don't really know what happened. So that's going to be enough for him to continue playing football. And even that, like, even if the violence is something he did, which we don't know if we're completely honest, it looks a certain way because it just looks a certain way. But yeah, if the violence did happen, there's footballers that have hit women before and been okay. Jerome Boateng he did that on more than one occasion, and Bayern stood by his side. So as much as people are not going to want to hear it, like Greenwood's going to be free to play football. Huh? He's going to be all right. It's going to have a stain on his name. Don't get me wrong, because forever, like that charge as a man, whether you're guilty or not guilty, that stays. That's not going.
That's like the worst charge outside of murder. I'd say murder. Obviously, murder. Obviously, I think
Pedophilia.
you need to say I think grape or whatever, so you don't get cancelled or whatever. So
Right.
murder, grape, and like you said, like pedophilia.
Yeah.
So them three,
Mm-hmm.
like there's nothing worse than those three. Like even as you said, you can be the most innocent man in the world and not know you've done it. Just having that on your neck hanging over you, bro, like that would just mess you up. Like, do you know
Yeah.
how evil it is? Like,
And even murder, it depends on the circumstance, if I'm honest.
oh,
Because
I see what
you
you
get what
mean.
I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like if it's a certain, like if it was like a murder of a child or a woman or something like that, then that's different. Say it was in a poverty-stricken environment and you're accused of murder and you beat it. Like there's people like not in football, but Snoop Dogg.
yeah, yeah.
Like 30 years ago, he was facing, or like, yeah, close to 30 years facing this, and he's one of the most marketable human beings on the planet.
Whoa. Yeah.
So I don't get me wrong, Greenwood will probably never get to the level he should or would have got to if just by his like football talent. Because if we're just talking football, Greenwood is amazing. Like a young player, he's amazing. But he's still gonna be a big player for Man United. It's still when he starts playing for Man United, depending on how well he plays, there's gonna be another discussion. Should he play for England or shouldn't he?
I think his England thing is a wrap. The England thing, I think, is a wrap. You know what? Actually, I can never say never, because I agree with you. If I'm Man United, personally, I think for the brand and with how the club is going, I might be like, you know what? We can't terminate your contract because by law you're innocent. So what we can agree a payoff. We pay you like 5-6 million, you bounce. After that, I think Greenwood will have a great career, probably abroad at first. Maybe join a Serie A team, a Bundesliga team, a Liga team, because they'll sign him up. He might play there for a few years, rip it up, and then that's when the conversation is going to start. Like, yo, this Greenwood guy's playing too well. What do we do? And like you said, bro, especially with sports and music, people are very quick to forget the moral high grounds. Like you said, Jerome Boateng, we know what he's been convicted for with his ex-girlfriend or wife.
Yeah.
Bro, Marcus Alonso has killed someone, bro.
I forgot about that. He did.
Marcus Alonso killed someone. Drink driving or not, I don't give a damn. He killed someone in 2011. And the guy has been playing in England ever since then, pretty much. And no one says anything. The guy killed someone, bro.
It's just, that's what I'm saying. Morals I'd say morals only, I've been saying this as morals apply to the working class. When you get to a certain level, it becomes a choice: morals or money. They're gonna pick the money.
I think that's the core of the day. Like, morals apply to the working class. You're right, because let's face it, like with the whole Greenwood thing, that video comes out about either one of us and our work season. Guilty or not guilty, bro, we're getting sacked, bro.
Oh, it's over with. It's over with. Yeah,
it's over, bro. There's no, let's wait to see what happens. Nah, bye. I don't need this.
Yeah, and the industries we're in, it's really over. Like,
oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
it's over. It's over with. Like, they're like, no. Go figure something out. Go be an entrepreneur or go clean the streets or something.
Yeah,
like, no disrespect, because that's an important job too. But
you're
gonna need to go do something else. Like, you can't do this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Big up Katie in the building saying J5. Is that in reference to Jorginho going to Arsenal? Or is that...
Oh. Is that Enzo? Yeah, I don't know what he's saying.
His number is 5, isn't it? So
yeah.
He's saying J5, so I think he must mean Jorginho in it to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Is he number 5 Arsenal?
No, he's 20, I think. I might be wrong, but I think he's 20. I think he's Mustafi's old number.
Right, Oh, Fernandez is starting, by the way.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to finish, but yeah, it's him and Mudryk are starting.
Yeah, Mudryk. Yeah. Okay. This should be good stuff. I'm looking forward to this still. But yeah,
yeah, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, to finish up on the Greenwood thing, because I think it's important for us to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like, obviously there will be people out there that will have certain views. Now, like you said, the video, the recording is insane. Obviously, there are people that there are people that will say, you never know, it could be like one of these foreplay situations, the weird kinky shit. I don't believe so. But again, like, obviously the pictures are something else as well. They're crazy. And if I'm Man United, like I said, I would not play Greenwood. But as we've been talking about, there are players that have done what he's done, or worse, that have played on and have played in England.
Yeah, like even Ched Evans was overturned in the end, but for a long time he went to jail, came out, and still able to play football. And then afterwards, of course he wasn't able to get back to City and whatnot, but he was able to earn probably a good 5-6K a week from football. And then it came out later on that he shouldn't have gone to jail in the end. I can't remember the exact specifics.
Yeah, it was. He was found that it was like the conviction was wrong in terms of what he did
Yeah, yeah,
in terms of Chet Evans. But
yeah.
yeah, like,
There's a lot of like there's a lot of heinous stuff that's happened with football players that have gone relatively unpunished. And if you hadn't gone to jail, you haven't even been in the court. Like all of he in the court of public opinion, he's been convicted guilty in most people's eyes.
he got convicted on the day when it came out.
Yeah, yeah. Like he got because what we heard was not great. When you put it all together with the pictures, and then people were linking like old things, like videos of them, if I remember correctly. It just all together, it just looked horrible. So in the court of public opinion, he's going to be heckled for the rest of his career. Like Kobe's getting heckled in death.
Yeah,
like
and that's the thing. It never ever leaves you, man. It never leaves you. Never left Kobe fully. Never left Michael Jackson. Hell, Ronaldo still is it sometimes.
He's still fighting it.
He's still fighting it.
Yeah, but he'll be able to play. I don't think there's Man United are going to release him. If he was someone else and he wasn't such an important talent to them, then maybe so. Maybe he wouldn't. Maybe we're having a different. Yeah. I think by the end of the season you'll see Greenwood on the football pitch. It may not be away because away is going to be a different experience to home. Like home, Old Trafford, they're gonna rock with him for the most part, because he's a talented player and he was found. Well, he wasn't even found not guilty. Like we didn't get there. The charges were dropped. So as far as people are concerned, it's okay. So you will see him. Like maybe next season you might see him away from home.
Yeah.
And that's a challenge.
That is a challenge. Big up Falak in the building. Say hello, beautiful people. How are we today? Big up Falak as always. We're just talking about the Mason Greenwood situation. Falak, obviously you're a United fan, but you're also obviously a woman first. So it'll be interesting to know your perspective. Mm-hmm. What do you think United should do with Mason Greenwood? Obviously, you mentioned before, Jeff, like obviously United didn't terminate his contract. I mean, technically, you can't terminate a contract because that means you're presuming guilty. You know what I'm saying? Before trial, you can't do that. That's a basic human right violation. You know what I'm saying? That's why the whole thing's mad. Like, technically, if United, you know what? I can see maybe United playing them. You're right. They could ease them in end of the season in home games. And after that's done, play him in preseason. Let people bet into the idea that he's going to play. And then after that, I mean, look at Partey. Look at the madness that was going on with him at the start of the season. Everyone was like, rah, rah, rah. How can he play? He gets booed every away game. After a while, bro, 3-4 games, bro, no one's even booing him anymore, bro.
And even if they do, he doesn't care. He didn't care that he's playing, and it's not affecting his game. Like Greenwood, that was a more drawn out thing. Like Partey, Arsenal just took a stance like we're standing by our player and we're playing him, and that was it. Like Greenwood's one was all kinds of public. Like that was national news for a while. Like he is gonna have to. Like he's a young player as well, so we don't even know how he's gonna come back. You don't know, like because ability wise, if you just talk about ability, Greenwood was probably the best young player out here, or top 2.
He was up there at that time. He was in all the discussions with the top guys. He was
better than Saka at the time. He was with Foden and them man there. He was with all of them. Like I would probably say he was probably the best. Like he's one of the best natural finishers you'd see, and he could go either side.
100%.
Yeah,
natural
like he's dangerous. So
real God.
Yeah, but like we don't know how he's gonna come back. Like even if he is allowed to play, like this could be a lot because you're gonna face a lot of scrutiny, and rightly so in most people's eyes, I guess.
Big up Falak saying so effed up. I'm sorry, terminate his contract. I don't even care. He's absolutely vile for what he's done. United doesn't need him. I don't want him back at all. Honestly, I don't even care for his talent anymore. It's wrong to allow him to carry on playing for United. And the thing is, rightfully so, a lot of people will agree with that. It's just up to United how they decide to approach this. Obviously, they're doing their own internal investigation. I think that's really more to just buy time.
I think that's just normal procedure. You have to say that.
Yeah, you have to say that. You can't just let him in the squad the next day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think it will be very interesting. One thing for sure, for anyone who thinks this, Greenwood's football career is not over.
Not
That
by a
is
long shot.
said. He will play, and he'll end up playing for a top club one day. Whether it's in England, that's what we're about to find out. But Greenwood's career, whether you like it or you don't, just being realistic and factual, he will play somewhere eventually.
Facts. And
Like, unless he gets caught up in something else, which I'm not even going to try and speculate. But this ain't the end of Greenwood, and obviously we are very, very much against any form of violence and like caution, like abuse against any and everybody. So shout out, massive respect, and hopefully the woman in this case is all right. Um, I do always wonder like how the hell the stuff got leaked, and in the end, it'll be interesting to know when the full facts come out if they ever do. Like what actually happened? How did the information get out? Did she want to press charges? Because obviously, as you know, Jeff, the person who's been what's the word when the person the act has been done to that person, like the victim in this instance.
yeah, the victim.
The victim in this case, she doesn't. They don't necessarily have to raise the charge, the case. If the police see there's enough evidence, they will raise it on their behalf.
Yep.
Hoping that's enough for a conviction. But if not, that's when they need the victim.
Yeah, indeed.
Sounds a bit like that's what happened here.
Yeah, looks like they probably had to kind of like follow up with like an arrest because obviously it's public. There's I can't remember if it was a video or voice note. I feel like it was a voice note.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the pictures and everything, it just looked terrible. So they had to go arrest him. And then the hearing, like the court hearing was pushed back many times. Because when did this happen again?
Last January, bro, and the court hearing was going to be this year, November.
You see what I'm saying? Like that's nearly 2 years before he's even in front of the court. So that means you probably never really had enough. Like you had the voice note, but yeah, the voice note isn't enough to prosecute him. Like, because they could just say, yeah, we were just, role play, I don't know, whatever.
That's how they could just say that's how we like to get down.
Yeah, and yeah. So yeah, and if they never broke up, then you're gonna be even harder to convict. Because we don't know.
We don't know. We don't know, bro.
It's a lot. We weren't there. We don't even know if he did it. We just know that the voice note sounded dreadful. That voice note just sounded like this is ridiculous.
So magic.
Yeah, all in all, man, that's a tough one.
Bro, it's mad because you got the Greenwood, and obviously Mendy recently got found not guilty of like 6 of the 8 counts, and another 2 are to be reviewed. I mean, imagine he gets free, like.
Yeah, because that's mad. Because even that, like, he's been chastised again.
His one actually went to trial though.
Yeah, and there's 6 of the 8 that he was found not guilty, and obviously he's got 2 more. I think it's June is his hearing. And then he could either be because his contract ends for City in June too. So
it might be a free agent, imagine.
Yeah. And if he's found not guilty and he didn't do it, would you want to continue playing your football here? Because again, you're going to face the same treatment. You're going to face.
Well, go back to France, bro.
Yeah. So.
Go back to France, bro.
Yeah, these things they're very, very delicate like cases, man. Like that one again is. Because that one, I'm sure that was in the pandemic where that started coming out.
Yeah, it was.
He was playing 1 week, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, he's going. You start hearing rumblings like, yeah, he's going to jail.
Yeah. Big up Fanak saying I don't want him back at all. Honestly, I don't even.
Sorry. I think we've seen that one.
I'm sure there is more evidence. I swear there were pictures. Yeah, there were pictures. Yeah, there were. Anyway, either way, he's discussing he shouldn't be allowed to play football ever. He shouldn't. Well, I don't even. It's even hard to say he shouldn't. I think he shouldn't. I can't even say it.
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
I think he shouldn't play football ever again. but I feel like he will. It might not be for United, but he will play football again. Just know it's gonna happen. He's gonna play again. Look up
Yeah.
Jerome Boateng in all those cases, Falak, and you'll understand.
The only person who did something heinous and we've never seen him again is Adam Johnson.
Adam Johnson, that's it.
Where it's just like, all right, this guy is done. Like,
Yeah.
it is over.
He got
Like,
finished, bro. Finished.
yeah, that was ridiculous. But yeah, you go to the Tony Adams, the Paul Mersons, or Tony Adams had a drink driving case. There's been all sorts in football. That's just off the top of my head. I'm sure there's been
Maradona doing coke.
Yeah, like, of course, we're not saying it's comparable. We're just saying that all of these different things have happened, and there was no real reprimand for a lot of it. Yeah. So, if you've been found not guilty in the court of law, then how do you not continue your job here?
Yes, it's that horrible thing of like even if you have like all the evidence in the world, if they get found not guilty, if you're the company or organization, you're put in a difficult situation depending on how, like you said, the moralities, they fluctuate all the time, bro.
Mm-hmm. So, it just depends on if you're an asset or not, man. Unfortunately, for most people who have convicted Greenwood in the court of public opinion, he's an asset.
Yeah, as unfortunate as it is, he is. And like I said, he will play again. It's very unfortunate, the whole situation, but just being realistic, he will definitely play again.
100%.
Either in England or abroad for sure. But yeah, people smash the likes. We're just gonna wrap it up now quickly. Just let's talk about just some of the final transfers that were done. Obviously, Jorginho to Arsenal, Cancelo to Bayern Munich out of nowhere.
That was mad. That was
mad. And then obviously Sabitzer to United. Is there anyone that stood out to you, Jeff, where you were like, okay, this could be a game changer, or like, raw, what's going on?
I think the United one was shrewd. Like, getting Sabitzer on loan is a very good deal because they lost, obviously, Eriksen's out till like April, they say.
Yeah, April, yeah.
Eriksen's been a good signing for them this season. Yeah. He's free. He looked like he's back to full health, which is great. Yeah. And he's playing well. It's, of course, not the Eriksen of before. Like, he's not like Eriksen of Spurs was a little bit better, but he's still, but he's still a very, very, very able fit footballer. But thing with Sabitzer is Sabitzer's got a little bit more like bite, and he can also play. So that on loan, you'll probably end up seeing that with like United actually bidding for him if he does well, because that's a good one. Like, to have him and Eriksen, and even if you rotate them, now all of a sudden your team's very strong in that one position, because those are two very, very, very good players. So that one was good. The Cancelo one was one of the strangest moves I remembered.
Yeah,
like I didn't see that coming. It was just like I saw it. I think I saw it like a few days before it like came out. So this ain't real. You know, one of those sites you can't trust. I didn't even post it in a group chat. So this is fake. This is fake. And then a few days later, you see, Cancelo was arguing. Yeah, he was arguing with like Pep and the team or whatnot, and he's going on loan with the option to buy. So, and if you're Cancelo, like Cancelo is not, I don't think he's going to go to Bayern and do badly. He's going to go in there and fit perfectly because they play with like attacking fullbacks, and they got Pavard on the right normally.
Massive upgrade.
Yeah, Cancelo, Davies, or Cancelo and Hernandez at fullback is way better than Pavard and Davies, or Pavard and Hernandez. So that one's crazy because Cancelo was, the past 2 years, he's been one of City's more influential players. Like, that's a fact. He's one of the best fullbacks in the world. City, you're in the middle of a title race, and they're going to be going for the Champions League, and you lose your fullback with no replacement.
Yeah. I think it's mad what happened with Cancelo. Like, even up until like end of October, beginning of November, he was still one of City's best players this season.
It's only the World Cup and afterwards where his form dropped. Obviously, he lost his place in the World Cup to Dallo after a few games. Then didn't start like 4 or 5 games. I think they said the final straw with him was he didn't start in the Arsenal game.
Yeah, the Arsenal FA Cup game, yeah.
And he was upset, and then it blew up, and he was out pretty much a few days later.
It's odd. I can't lie, because I know Pep has been playing like Ake as kind of a left back. I have to be honest, I don't like Ake at left back. He doesn't push forward. He doesn't give them anything offensively. I know he scored against Arsenal, but even look how late that run was. There were like 3 phases of play that had happened by that point.
Yeah.
Like, look how many times, I don't know if you've seen it, when Foden or Grealish are on the left, especially Grealish will get the ball, get double teamed, lose the ball, whatever, and then he'll look back at Ake and be like, bro, are you planning to overlap at any time today and give me some help?
Yeah, and I can't even blame Ake, because Ake is just not that. He's a centre back. He's not one of those centre backs who can play fullback. Like, he's not one of those. He's a strict centre back. He's comfortable on the ball, but City's play is a specific way. Like, even someone like Kyle Walker, when he first signed for City, he was not suitable for their build-up.
Nah,
he's just not good enough. He got better. Don't get me wrong, but like in this season, like especially with the way Cancelo was like playing earlier in the season, a lot of their build-up and like moves come from like their fullbacks too, as well as the KDBs. So if their build-up goes to Ake, he's not going to be as able as a Cancelo was. Cancelo pretty much had a free role at City.
Yeah, basically he could
doing what he wanted. So, like you said, option to buy for like 60 million. Let's be honest, unless something goes wrong, Bayern will probably activate that. Yeah, that's happening. That's
happening. Yeah, I mean, for Bayern, good signing, very good signing.
Amazing.
Upgrade. Will improve them, especially offensively as well.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, no replacement for City, which means basically Rico Lewis and Kyle Walker are right back for the rest of the season. And in terms of left back, Ake and Sergio Gomez.
Yeah, and Laporte.
So yeah, two of them are centre backs.
Doesn't look. I'll say this. Do you think that will affect their title challenge and Champions League challenge?
I think it could affect both. I think it could affect both. I think especially the Premier League one. I think if I'm Arsenal looking at that game that happened last Friday, I go into the game at the Emirates in 2 weeks' time, less than 2 weeks now. I go in with a lot of confidence into that game at home, saying this City team is not clicking right now.
I agree. Like, I think we gave a good account of ourselves for the whole game, pretty much.
Whole game.
Yeah, we could have said that we could have been a little bit more direct with some of the like. It was a bit. So some of the game was just look like we were just content to go toe to toe and be like fine going toe to toe.
Yeah.
But in terms of how we were set up, because I think we changed 5 players from like the last Premier League game, we still looked good. Like Trossard looked like a big problem. Like you can see that him being in a team where you're gonna get a lot more of the ball, he's gonna be dangerous because he can go either way, and his shot. He's one of the better goal scoring midfielders. Like even at Brighton, he scored quite a lot of goals at Brighton, like from midfield. Even this season, I think he's got 7. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I think 7 or 8. I think 7.
Yeah.
I think,
So those were like positives to see. So I agree. Like 2 weeks time, or I think it's the 15th. That's going to be a big game, and I think we have a shot. Because even like I'll say that, like even holding. First 2 minutes, you're thinking, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get cooked." Because he obviously missed the ball one time. Wrestling Haaland early on. He said, "This is gonna be bad." But for that 45 minutes, all in all, he did his job. Like he was again. He's a little bit too rash for my liking. Definitely too rash for my liking.
What's happened to him? Because he was never like that before. It's like he feels like now because he's not in the team, he needs to take this
Yeah.
big macho man attitude into the pitch where he's become like a Tyrone Mings, and it's like, bro, what are you doing? Just relax.
Yeah, he's just trying to run. Like, he got dragged off straight away.
Yeah, bro.
As soon as he got the yellow, it's like, yeah, you're out here. We saw what happened to you last year when you got the
Yeah,
yellow.
against Spurs, like, come on,
Yeah.
man. I don't know what the hell's going into him, to be honest.
But I'm not mad at it. Like, him coming on, like, he can unsettle somebody, and you're not going to start. Like, we saw Saliba was much more comfortable, of course, because he's way better than him. And like, he did well against Haaland too. So just that, like, obviously Haaland, just because he didn't score in that game don't mean he can't score in the game we have in 2 weeks.
Oh,
But
yeah.
just the way we dealt with them in total just gives you a little bit more confidence.
No, definitely. And I think they will miss Cancelo, and I think I've already started seeing the rumors that Pep in the summer is looking at players like Maddison, Jude Bellingham, Rafael Leao. The next part of the rebuild is coming.
Yeah. Because even like you look at the KDB's 32 soon. He's still KDB, and he doesn't look like he's missed a step, and that's with several injuries. But there's him. Bernardo Silva was looking to move before. Would he look to move again? Gundogan is 32, 33. Fernandinho, who I'll say this, he might be a lot of the reason they're not as solid. Because even though he didn't play as much in his last 2 years, that's just a big influence in the changing room. He just knows exactly what to do and when to do it. Like he's now
right back at times, bro.
Yeah. Real Madrid, he was a right back.
Yeah,
he won the biggest games and was solid. But like just presence-wise, when you say something's not clicking with City, losing one of those big personalities could be the reason why. I just never thought about it.
It's true. You know what? All this season, I hadn't even thought about Fernandinho.
Yeah.
Just because, but when you think about it, it's not easy to lose that type of character and then just bounce back straight away. Because if you remember last time, Company left in 2019, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this year after that is another year that they finished like 20 points behind Liverpool or something.
Yeah, they got spanked. That was a pandemic season, I think.
The pandemic season. So you look at that and you're like, okay, like, it's not good. So it's big personalities. In fact, in 2019, did they not lose Company and David Silva?
Yeah. It was both.
Both of them, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man. Like,
and it takes
takes time, bro.
Yeah, like you can't just lose big characters like that, man. So I'll say this: like, I'm more confident that we can definitely challenge. Like before, I was saying that it's definitely going to City. Like now, especially like losing the Cancelo mid-season. Oh yeah, my confidence is definitely gone up. 100%.
No, I'm with you. My confidence was already high just because I'm looking at City and I'm just like, I'm not sure, but
yeah,
as long as Arsenal stay fit, and I think the Jorginho signing is not a terrible signing, to be honest. I think it's a backup.
Yeah. All right. What was your first thoughts? I'll tell you my first thoughts afterwards.
My first when I heard it, I was like, "Raw, is this a joke?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just because I was like, "How did we go from Caicedo to Jorginho?" It's like it's not even the same profile of players.
That's exactly what I thought.
Because let's face it, bro, Caicedo does not play Partey's position. He can.
Yeah, he's more 8.
He's more 8. So I was thinking, raw. We're saying Caicedo potentially take Xhaka's place, Xhaka, him and rotate. I was like, I can rock with that. And all of a sudden now we're going to Jorginho. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Especially now, and then he's out for what? Pretty much the rest of the season or something, right?
Yeah. So I think that influenced it as well. You said what? Say that again.
And the Congo's gone as well.
Yeah, the Congo's gone on loan. Cedric's gone on loan.
Yeah, Cedric's gone.
All right. So I'll tell you when I first saw that, I was like, yeah, we're bugging. Like, Jorginho covering Partey is not gonna work. Like, he's like physically, he's just not up to like par. He's gonna get turned over. He's only good when he has time. I was just thinking all of those things, and obviously, people were telling me, "No, man, that's a good signing." I didn't want to hear it at first. I said, "This is a bad signing, bad." Then Give it a few days. Like, all right, man, it is what it is. You can't change it anyway. Then you
Can't
start
change it, yeah.
remembering. You start remembering Jorginho with Napoli and like what he was doing under Sarri and like what he's done at times in that Chelsea team. Yes, don't get me wrong. He's got big deficiencies, like really big ones. Like physically, he's just not great at all. But he's a very, very, very smart player. And he's built up, like, for especially the way we play, he's another player who's very, very comfortable on the ball. Don't get me wrong, he can be probably pressed and hounded much quicker than Partey, because Partey just got this weird ability of just, it doesn't matter if there's 4 people around, he'll send you all with one turn.
Yeah. He's got the mad body face.
Jorginho doesn't have that. And but it's even wrong for me to compare him to Partey, because I think Partey is like one of those defensive midfielders. He don't come along often. Like,
no,
to be able to just you can build up with one pass. Like where most teams, it might go to a right back, come back to you, then you play it. He can play it in one.
When it's better.
Yeah. And it's normally taking out of defense. Like with Jorginho, like, when you think about what he did in Napoli and how great he was there, and then how good he was at Chelsea at periods, then you...
And Euros for Italy as well.
Yeah, and Italy, you're right. And just experience. Like, he's played in many teams, he's played in many systems. He's going to come straight in and fit right in. Like, because he even talks like Partey is obviously getting assessed today before the game tomorrow. He might not play. It may be Jorginho that starts.
I can't lie. A midfield of Jorginho and Xhaka, there's still something about that that's half traumatizing. I can't lie.
Oh, yeah. I understand. I just think the way we set up now, there's less. Yeah, like even like Xhaka. Like Xhaka's, you're starting to realize, like, I think you've said it on the show many times, like he was a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
But now we're not asking him to hold and do the same thing he was doing before. It's all right, you're less risk up there. And you still got, he's got ability. Like Xhaka's quite a decent technical player, he's a smart player. Yeah. Like he's got some decent attributes. So the same with Jorginho. If you like put some limitations on what they can really affect, then Jorginho will be a good signing. So like £12 million for 18 months, when you think about it, is low risk and it isn't that bad. Like, it could be way worse. We could have signed. I'm still probably going to sign Declan Rice. I don't know.
That's, you know what? That's what worries me, man. I feel like we've just set this up so we get Declan Rice in the summer, man.
Yeah, 92, 100 million, whatever it is on Declan Rice. Don't get me wrong. Declan Rice is a good player. He is. But he's overrated. Like, he's got ability. He can, if you think about it, he can probably play centre back, defensive mid, or centre mid. He can probably do one of those 3. But for the way we play, he's got a lot of limitations too. So for the money you're going to spend, surely we can find someone better.
Exactly. And cheaper.
Yeah, you could get Milinkovic, Savic. I'm sure, what's my man at Juve who we were looking at before? He was at Torino.
Oh, Locatelli.
Yeah. Someone like him, like you say Juve, like they need rid of players. They like Pogba might get released or something. I saw that. Like, so if he might get released.
Shout out Pogba, man. Shout out Pogba, bro.
Man.
I don't know what's going on there, bro. Shout out Pogba, bro. Yo, that guy's cursed.
That guy there, man. This 6 years ago.
He might have to call it in, you know.
Nah, he can't call it in.
Not retire. I'm saying he might have to go just MLS, bro, or Qatar and just join Ronaldo, bro, and just say, you know what, this full thing ain't it, bro.
Oh, nah, he can still go France and kill it.
Yes, he can.
Yes, he can go PSG, walk into that team and do bits. Yeah, he could do bits.
Yeah,
he could. Like, it's just if he wants to play. He's one of those players. Just like you don't know if he wants to play or not. Like he turns up when he feels like
it. Injured right now, isn't it? But Juve apparently are fed up. I don't know why they're fed up, bro. The guy's injured, bro. What can you do?
Nah, but imagine, and that's another prodigal son returns kind of moment. You're in disarray. Like Juve are in complete disarray. You need the guy that you spent this money on.
Wait, I swear, Hold on, I swear he just went skiing like last month.
He did?
I think he went skiing last month.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I can't lie, man. If you're coming off a knee injury and you ain't played yet, I don't know about you going skiing and all that, bro. Like
It's
you when you
probably
do
not the
skiing,
best.
bro, skiing, you literally have to bend your knees.
It's one of the most dangerous things to do.
Look at what happened to Neuer, bro.
Bro, yeah, and even worse than that, Michael Schumacher is
Oh,
still in a like that. Skiing is very, very, very dangerous.
bro, real talk. Like after I saw the Mac, because I've done skiing before, yeah, but when the Schumacher thing, because obviously we're both huge F1 fans, isn't it?
Yeah,
So when the Schumacher thing happened, real talk, I was like, bro, I might genuinely never ski again.
yeah.
Because bro, like you never know, you could be skiing and you just hit a little rock, and because of the speed, you go boom, you land wrong, bro, you're done, bro.
Yeah, there's no such that you can't stop the traction. Like you can put
You
the
can't.
skis in, but you're gonna fall, and you're on a you're obviously you're on a hill because you're coming down. That is it's almost impossible to stop. But when we get back to the pod with him, when you look at where Juve are, it makes all the sense of the world of why they're angry. Juve are 13th.
Oh yeah, because of the 15-point deduction, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah. Oh, I hear it, but like, yeah, I'm just reading the article now. Yeah, from end of December when Pogba was out skiing. Listen,
man,
I love Pogba, man, but I'm sorry, like, and Ed said skiing is too live. Yeah, skiing is too fake, but still, man,
yeah,
you've been out injured for 6 months with a knee injury. You ain't touched the ball yet for your new club, and you go skiing with a
yeah,
knee. You have a knee injury, and you go skiing. I'm sorry. That's where like everyone who accuses Pogba is like, bro. Like even if you told me he went, I don't know, running or he went, I don't even know, like bowling or something, I'll be like, bro, let the man have his life. Man,
yeah,
Ian Jeff, where you need
bro.
to bend your knees.
That guy there, man, like you already know. I always had my big question marks about him. He's just proving me right, and I don't feel good about it because this guy here on a Billy, you say all the time, he's one of the best players on a Billy you probably will ever see. He could do
Ever see?
everything, and it's just you don't seem to have your head ever fully in the game. You always it's half a photo op opportunity or something like that, and then it's half football. And it can't be like that. You're 30. He's only 30.
Bro, he's only 30, but even then he's 30 still.
Like it's mad. Like even Neymar is 30, but you can even say Neymar has
He was 31 in 2 days.
yeah, okay, so yeah, but he's even put his imprint more on the game than Pogba has
Oh yeah, of course.
by a mile.
By a mile. You can't compare what they've done today what they've done in the game. You can't
Yeah,
compare.
like even I say that his Neymar's move to PSG was a fail solely because they haven't won the Champions League, not because his performances have been bad. You could say
Exactly.
Pogba's 6 years at United was mediocre at best.
There was some good, some
Some
bad.
bad. Like the spell under Oli, amazing. And
Yeah,
then
3 months. Yeah,
yeah, and then went back to being average again. The first season he was pretty decent.
pretty decent. Second one started very good, then had the fallout with Mourinho.
Yeah. And it's been like that ever since. 6 years of chaos.
Just roller coaster,
Just
man.
turbulence. It's poor. Oh yeah. Looks like Mesut Ozil has retired from football.
Also, retired. Shit, that's how you know
Yeah,
time's flown. Bro. I remember when we signed them 10 years ago, bro.
crazy. Like bad end to a good career.
Yeah, bad end to even the fact that you said good. I want to say great career, but
Great.
can I say
Now, great is okay.
yeah, we can
Great
say
is okay.
great.
Yeah, because when you think about it, so Real Madrid, complete success.
Complete success.
Germany, complete success.
Yeah.
Arsenal,
Yeah.
more success than bad. I know the last years were loudly bad, but
Yeah, loudly bad, yeah.
but Ozil played great for Arsenal and played out of position for a lot of the time. Ozil was
Bear
not
on
a
the
right
wing.
winger.
Yeah. Bear on the
So
wing. Yeah, man. I think also, man,
it's
what
one
a
of my
player.
favorite players of all time, man. But yeah, the end wasn't good. Obviously, left Arsenal in controversial circumstances. Then he's left to, I can't even remember. Is he at Fenerbahce or was he at Istanbul?
Yeah, even that went bad.
Yeah, that didn't go too well. So it's not the best end, but yeah, another guy, natural ability as a cam, amazing. He's nothing like the cams of today.
Nothing.
That's a throwback.
That is a throwback. You know what it is? Like Ozil 2010 World Cup, I can truly say that is one of the last times I absolutely just fell in love with a player. 2010 World Cup. I still remember his first game. I think it was against Australia in the group stage. And I remember saying, yo, this guy is special, bro.
Different player, man.
I absolutely love Ozil. Like when we signed him, I was so gassed.
Me too.
Just anytime he would be up and down, of course, because Prem is very physical. But anytime he was on form for Arsenal, it is literally poetry in motion. He is a guy you watch in the TV. He sees every pass you see in the TV and waits the pass exactly as it should. Not 1 centimeter ahead, not 1 centimeter behind, in the stride perfectly. Ozil, just one of my favorite players ever, man. And
100%. Yeah, man. Yeah, but yeah, that's not the best end, but yeah, great career as far as I'm concerned, man.
Yeah, where would you say, just off the top of your head, top 5 cams ever, number 10s?
Personally, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
He's gonna be there for me.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. He'll never leave there. I don't care about you say he's not physical. I don't care.
Stats. I mean, his assist stats anywhere are insane anyway.
Bro, and think of that. He did, like, imagine if he was in a team now. Like,
he'd be cooking.
Because now you got real support. Like, he only had Sanchez, Giroud. Giroud wasn't clinical for Arsenal, but Giroud was good for Arsenal.
Yeah,
Giroud. You're passing to people like Joel Campbell, Walcott.
Oh, yeah.
You wasted this guy's prime years. He joined Arsenal at 23.
Oh shit! Yeah, it was 23. Oh,
he was
my
kid. It hurts, man.
It hurts what we did to it, man. But I'll always remember you. I'll always remember the German Ozil. I'll always remember the Madrid Ozil. And you know what? There are some Arsenal Ozils that I will remember too, man.
Yeah, 100%. Leicester performance stands out.
Oh, I mean, that's everything, bro. I say that's the performance is everything, bro.
That's a clinic.
That is a clinic. It's like just perfection, that game, start to finish, bro.
Yeah, man.
He pretty much retired that night, to be fair.
Yeah, he could have.
Pretty much retired that night.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, the guy he used to set up for. Have you seen him in his new club in Saudi Arabia?
Oh, yeah.
Those clips, I know obviously it's a Ronaldo smear campaign, but those clips are funny.
Those clips are hilarious. He's finished, man. He's finished.
I see today he hit the bar from 10 yards. A goal he would normally finish his dinner. Like, he missed.
Bro,
I think he scored when he was offside. There was just all sorts going on.
It was all sorts, bro. It's like, hey, Ronnie, we love you, man. But
yeah, I'm not remembering you in your current form.
Don't worry, bro. I will never forget this. Remember this. I know who this is. Leo Rastain, probably the best playmaker to grace the game. Salute to M10. Oh, for some reason, I think of Zidane when I think of 10s.
Yeah,
that's why. So,
and
level, you know what I'm saying? But,
yeah. Now, even that is also Riquelme is in there in my top 5.
Riquelme, man. Outside the boot with six.
Yeah, that guy's
different. Just give me one of those players right now, man. Just give me one player like that right now, football, please. There's no copy of that. There actually isn't.
Yeah, good way to put it. There's a lot of Odegaard comparisons to Ozil. It's not the same. Ozil, you could say Odegaard might be more suited for the Prem because he probably is. Like, he's physical, he's a leader, he's everything we probably wanted Ozil to be, or some Arsenal fans wanted Ozil to be. But there's still a difference.
Yeah, the levels are.
Yeah. And I love Odegaard. Odegaard is one of my more favorite players in today's game.
Yeah. Yeah, Yeah,
But
100%.
yeah, it's a difference.
It's a difference, man. But listen, people, man, big up everyone that's tuned in today. Great engagement as always. Make sure to smash the likes and subscribe to RBT if you're new. We're
Please.
going to be back on Monday to review the weekend's Premier League games. So make sure to tune in for that. It will be 6:30 as well. So yeah, people, just drop in your comments. Obviously, we've spoken about the transfers. Is the Premier League the new Super League, basically? Will we see the first £1 billion footballer, £500 million footballer?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we spoke on the Mason Greenwood case too. We shared our thoughts on that. And then we just ended it off talking about transfers and paying a quick tribute to Mesut Ozil, who's retired from football and who will leave as one of the most graceful, beautiful players to watch in the history of the
100%.
game,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how it ended. So yeah, people, drop a comment. We'll be sharing stuff on TikTok. Subscribe to RBT. And yeah, everyone have a good weekend. We out. Peace.
Enjoy.